So, as the title may suggest, it is not really my birthday, but kind of my birthday. By the time you see this video, I think my birthday will have already come and gone, but at the time of filming this video, it's not actually my birthday yet. It is Saturday. It is kind of like tradition that Tobias will take me out for my birthday for dinner. I'll take him out for dinner on his birthday, and so I thought I would film a get ready with me kind of chatty video, catch you guys up on what's happening. I feel like for this channel, I haven't been able to really talk very much about what's going on. I don't even know if I really mentioned my long service leave, which is almost over now, some of the things I have planned for next year, and just chatting. I feel like I do this a lot for my planner channel, but I also know that there's a lot of people who, well, there's more people on my planner channel now, but I also know there's a lot of people who don't really love planners and stickers and all that sort of stuff, and I really want to try and do more on this channel, which hopefully you've kind of seen in the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to get into a regular rhythm. So anyways, let's just get into the video and I'll talk all about it. So I've already done my skincare and I'm going to get straight into the... I'm going to use two foundations today because I really want to use one of them up, but the one of them is a little bit on the lighter side for me. So this you would have seen is the Mecca Max Life Proof Longwear Foundation. I'm finding this shade, this is the porcelain shade, is a little on the lighter shade for me now. And then this one, the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. This is an alabaster. This is a slightly darker shade for me, so I kind of combine the two in the sense that I'll put this all in my high points, I put this all in like the contour areas, and then I just blend and it works. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, how have you guys been? I don't feel like I've actually spoken to you guys. I've kind of just been putting out videos, putting out vlogs, but I feel like I haven't really had much of a heart-to-heart. I feel like the last time I had a real like talk was probably when my channel got taken down, and that was like the last time I was like, oh, ranty and just, yeah, I don't know. So, and that's the problem with having two channels, and honestly, now that I'm vlogging every day, 3 channels I suppose, but having a lot of channels means that I forget what I've said on which channel. So I don't know if I've told you guys what I'm doing. I don't know, sometimes, and then I don't know like who watches. Okay, this is way too much foundation. I just assume I've said a lot more on my planner channel because I do upload on that a lot more often, twice a week, which I'm pretty happy I've managed to do that. This actually looks like it's matching my skin a lot better than it used to, so maybe this isn't actually that much darker. I suspect the reason it's gotten darker is because it's summer right now. Well, yeah, it's summer right now in Australia, and I've been going out so much more than I used to during the winter time, so I'm probably slightly more tan than usual, but that's okay. I think once you blend it all out, it all kind of blends in. This looks amazing. I should just go out like this. Yeah, so I feel like I don't really know what I'm saying on which channel, but so if I'm repeating myself, I'm very sorry, but I'll get through it really quickly. Basically, I've been on long service leave for the last 2.5 months, which means I'm just taking time off work for 2.5 months. I've actually taken it for 3 months, so I go back to work in about 2 weeks time, which I'm really sad about because I've gotten very used to this sort of life where I feel like I'm a full-time do whatever I want. Like, I get to make videos as many times as I like. I'm working on the shop. I'm doing a few other things on the side as well, side projects and stuff. But for the most part, it's kind of like I've been my own boss for the last 2.5 months. And in 2 weeks time, I have to go back and someone else is going to be my boss. And I don't know if I can handle it. I mean, I have to handle it because I really need the paycheck. Unfortunately, not quite at a stage in my life where I can either go without a paycheck, and my side adventures are not really at a point where I can just live off those full time. So I feel like that's the story of like pretty much everyone that existed except for the lucky few. So I shouldn't really complain about it. I look really, really light in the screen, so I feel like when you're watching this, it's gonna look like I'm wearing a really white mask, but then in person, it looks like it's just blended in, like it matches my neck. Well, it actually looks a little darker than my neckline in person, and yet on the screen it looks lighter. So I don't know. I'm just going to do a highlight under my eyes. I have no idea what the name of this is because it's been all rubbed off, the labeling, but I'm pretty sure it's like Maybelline, and it's like a little brush one thing. And I'm almost done. Like you can see, it's almost finished, so I'm just going to keep using it up. but it has made me kind of like take a step back and go, okay, work is important, earning money is important, but you probably don't need to stress about it the way I have been stressing about it for much of my 10 years of working. So if you don't know, long service leave is an Australian thing. I get asked this a lot in my Planner channel. What is it? Why do you get it? It's an Australian thing. I don't know if New Zealand have it. And the reason it came about is because back in the day when most Australians were convicts from the UK, after say 10 years of working, they would get an opportunity to go back to England to go see their, well, I guess it's not convicts, maybe it was just workers. My history is not the best on this, but they would have an opportunity after 10 years of working here to go back to England to visit their family. And because they would be taking ships back, it would take a while. So after 10 years of working, you would get like 2-3 months of paid time off work to do whatever you want with. And so that's the amount of time it would take to go back to England, see the family, and then ship back to Australia. We don't have that anymore. The whole idea is still there, so I get 2 extra annual leave months off after hitting 10 years at the company I'm with, which is what I did. And so I decided to take it at half pay, which means I technically get 4 extra months. But what I've decided to do is that I would just take 3 months off initially, and then seeing how work goes, if it's very busy, because my sort of work is very project based. So if there's a lot of project work, then I'll just get back into that. I feel like I'm blown out on this. Oh, am I blown out? Should I dim the lights? Let me check. No, now I feel like I'm too dark. Whatever, I'm just gonna keep going. And so yeah, and then I'll just see. And if there's not much work, or if I don't feel like doing a lot of work, then maybe I'll take an extra month off. I don't know. Or I could just take like 1 week here, 1 week there. Haven't really decided yet how I'm gonna play that out. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2.5 months, which has been the best time. Like, I've mostly been focusing on the sticker shop because that is kind of like the most major thing that I'm doing, but I've been also doing a ton of videos, especially on my Planner channel, and just, yeah, doing stuff like that. So it's been a blast. I've loved it so much, but real life is calling and I'm gonna have to get back to real life very soon. So yeah, that's where I've been at, and I think the time up has really let me reflect, as I said, on a lot of things in life. And I'll probably get into it in some future videos because I think I still need more time to just, I have so much cat hair everywhere. But yeah, it's just given me a lot of time to think, put things in perspective. Definitely think there's a few things I want to change in my life, because also during this time off, I decided to change a few other aspects of my life. So I mean, I had a really long list of things I wanted to do. I probably did like 1/10 of the things I wanted to do, but some of the things were to eat better. So I have been eating better, healthier. And I've been working out, which is really good. So those sort of things that I've always said to myself, I'll get to that eventually, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do this. Well, I actually got the chance to do it now because I had the time off and the flexibility in my schedule to do it. Oh, by the way, the powder I'm using is just a Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Kind of the best. I'm almost finished with this one, so I really need to pick up a new one, but then I have a lot of other powders I should get through first at home. So that's the thing I've been thinking about doing. I've been considering doing a declutter video, but I feel like with most people, like when people have makeup collection videos and declutter videos and stuff like that, generally you're just really curious to know what other people are doing, how they're storing things, how much makeup they have. Because I do get asked I've been asked quite a few times to do like a makeup collection video and things like that. And I don't know about a makeup collection video, but I was thinking maybe a declutter video because I do want to clear out my makeup collection a little bit more. But the issue I have with that is that I'm kind of in two minds. I know on the one hand, like, people want to see because they're curious, but I also know on the other hand, people want to see because they want to judge. And it's not like it's not like I'm fearful of judgment. I think the older I get, the less I care about what people think about me. But I just feel like I feel like then I'm doing something just to feed a negative emotion, if that makes sense. That's why I'm kind of in two minds. I feel like a declutter video might actually work out because then I get to say why I'm keeping something and why I'm not. And I feel like for me, I find that pretty interesting. I'm just gonna put some blush on now. This is the Smashbox Blush Rush in Surge. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still thinking about the declutter video, and I'm just not sure that's something I want to do. I have been planning out my content for next year on both this channel and the Planner channel. Those are probably the two main areas I want to focus my energy on next year in terms of content creation. I think I really want to make sure I'm a little bit more focused. I feel like for me it's so easy to become disenchanted. It's so easy for me to become very disenchanted and lose focus on things that are not, say, critical to my day-to-day life, which is like this channel. Like, I love this channel and I have a lot of regrets about this channel in the sense that I felt like there was one stage where I had like really good momentum, and then I'm just getting comfortable here. There was one stage where I had like super good momentum, and then it just kind of died down because I was too distracted. I was disheartened. I might move in just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing with my eyes. So the reality is, a few years back, like for the first couple years of my channel, I would generally get pretty positive comments, like nothing too out of the ordinary. Comments are generally pretty good, and I think there was a period where I wasn't putting in a lot of effort in my videos and I was just very busy, so I was just putting out whatever I could. And I'm not saying I was getting constructive criticism or anything like that. Like, I was getting downright negative videos about people saying they were disappointed in me, they didn't think I deserved to be here, blah blah blah. And at the time that really got to me, and I think that's why I just didn't feel like doing videos here anymore. And then that's part of why I spun off into a planner channel where you couldn't see my face and I could just kind of like hide and do my own thing. At least that was one of the big reasons. And I'm annoyed at myself that I let that affect me so much. Like, that is one of my regrets, I would say. By the way, I'm putting I'm putting eyeshadow primer potion decay right now. And then I'm going to be using the Naked palette for my eyeshadow. I've had this palette for like years now and it still looks pretty much brand new. Granted, I don't use this every day, but I've taken it on a couple trips and it still looks really good. So I let it get to me too much and then I stopped uploading and I regret it. And so I'm trying to care less now. I think it's really hard to completely disregard what people say, because at the end of the day, we're human. It is not easy, but you've got to try. So I've been really thinking about what sort of resolutions I want to make for 2018, because I don't think I did. I don't think I really fulfilled my 2017 resolutions. I mean, I haven't gone back and watched my old video, but I just have a feeling I didn't, because I do remember thinking at the time, I'm going to be regular with my content, I'm going to upload every day, or well, maybe not every day, but I'm just going to be like really on the ball with my content. And I really was not on the ball with my content. So I kind of don't want to say that again, but to be fair, that actually is one of the resolutions that I have, that I want to be regular and committed and focused. And I just want to at least prove to myself that, yeah, you can do this for a whole year and work full time. Like, it is possible. One of the good things that have come out of taking this time off though is that I've managed to do a little bit of like reconstruction work around like my offices. So I've got some new furniture in and I've kind of like restructured where everything's laid out. This is mostly for the sticker shop. I will probably do a little bit of restructuring in this room as well. This is the room that I use to film videos in, like talk to the camera, sit down videos like this. And the thing that really bothers me is that the background is so poorly lit. So that is something I think I'm going to try fixing in the future. Probably not anytime soon, because I just spent so much time doing the downstairs office, which is where I do all my sticker stuff. So I just want to have that completely set up first. But there is something to really be said about an office that is well structured, that's clean, clutter-free. I feel like I'm so much more productive. It's actually like a joy to be in that room, whereas before it was just like, oh, it's just such a headache. It's so much clutter everywhere. So having a clean and tidy room makes such a big difference, which I know is stating the obvious. I put Sin all over my lid and now I'm trying to put Naked into my crease just to give me a little bit of depth. I feel like my crease work is always kind of hit or miss because I have hooded eyes. Well, not completely hooded eyes, but I have like semi-hooded eyes. And so if I put it directly into my crease, when I open my eyes like wide, it gets lost. So I'm always trying to put it just a little bit above my crease, but then, I don't know, there's not a lot of space between my crease and my like eyebrows, so it's like that little bit there, just trying to not clutter it too much. So I kind of try to put makeup on with my eyes slightly half closed so I can kind of see what it's going to be like. Definitely one of the major positives going back to work is just seeing all the people again. So I will say that is like a major thing about work that I love. So I'm just repowdering. I don't think I powdered the center of my face. A big thing I love about my job are the people. I really love their company. They're a big part of my life. Even now, I see a lot of them just like, I'm not even at work and I still see quite a few of them. And to me, it's just like such an important part of my life. They're such an important part of my social group. The first 1 or 2 weeks when I took this time off, I was kind of like an emotional wreck. Like, I felt so awkward. I didn't know what to do with myself. I actually called my boss and was like, should I cancel my leave and come back? I don't know what was wrong with me. And now when I look back at it now, I'm like, what was wrong with you? Like, this was the best thing ever. You should have done this ages ago. Like, taking time off work to focus on myself, to do my own things has been the healthiest, the emotionally, physically, psychologically healthiest thing I've ever done for myself. And I do not regret a second of it, and I want to do more things like this. And it's just kind of given me a renewal sense of, I need to work harder, I need to like hustle harder, I just need to like do what's important for myself, work hard, and eventually things will be the way I want them to be. And it's kind of refreshed that in me. So I really should have just done this ages ago. So I'm going to deepen my eyes now with a little bit of a darker color. Going in with Smog. I put a little bit of Virgin on my like my brow bone, just a little bit. Like, I don't think I look very good with strong brow bone highlight. Some people do. I am not one of those people. So even though I'm kind of like, oh, I don't really want this time to end, I don't want to go back to work, I'm actually also really excited for 2018. I'm curious to see what things are like, where things are gonna go, how things are gonna go, and I'm just excited, you know, just to do more of what I love. This is just like doing a plan with me video. Like, when I try to talk in the plan with me video about like what I'm doing in my days and blah blah blah, and then I kind of like repeat myself a lot, or I'm not really sure what I just said because I was so focused on like putting little stickers down and stuff like that. This is the same. I'm like, okay, I've just done like my crease color, now what am I doing? I'm gonna do the bottom part. And I'm like, but what did I just say? I think, like, I've always thought I was a good multitasker. I am terrible at this. Like, I am really bad at talking and doing stuff. I'm good at just doing stuff and not talking to anybody. But you want me to talk, you're not gonna get much out of me. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what color to put under my eyes. And I think I'm just gonna go in with more Smog, but just very lightly. I'm not like great with a lot of color under my eyes. But yeah, like when I think about all the videos that I could film, like I just get so motivated when I think, oh, I could do this, I could do, like, I think what I want to do more on this channel, and now like I'm gonna say I want to do this more and I'm probably not going to because I just won't have the time or something will change, but I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna risk it, I'm just gonna say it. I really want to do more review videos on this channel, like more makeup focused reviews, because I used to do a lot of those on the blog. And I don't actually, like, I love blogging, but I actually think my blog is going to be a little bit more fashion focused. I mean, as the name would suggest, the original intent of that blog was Fables and Fashion. It was supposed to be all about fashion. And then I kind of just got carried away with beauty, and I just ended up doing a lot more beauty stuff on it instead. And then it just became like a beauty blog, despite what the name would suggest. But I actually never really liked doing beauty reviews. One of the major reasons I really wasn't a fan of doing reviews on my blog was for the strangest reason. So if you guys are into beauty blogging, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the pictures of products that beauty blogs will take will be of the product pristine, like brand new, not even been touched. And then they'll use it. At least this is my process. I'm not sure what other bloggers are like, but my process is that I would get the item, I would wait for a like shooting day where I would just bulk shoot a bunch of the products so they still look brand new and everything like that. And then I would go ahead and use them. And then when I felt ready, I would write a blog post about it. Now the problem is that time between purchasing the product or receiving the product and shooting it. And that can sometimes be quite a long time for me, especially. Like, I would have to wait for a day with good weather because I was using a lot. I still use a lot of daylight. In this room, I've got quite a few lights on me, but I still have a massive window in front of me, so it still helps us kind of fill everything. So I'm not really in a situation where I use just artificial lights. Like, I depend a lot on daylight, which means the weekend is the only time you can really shoot when you work full time, especially like So I know some people maybe get home at like 5 or 5:30. I never get home at that time. Like I'm usually home by 6, 6:30, sometimes later, depending on the project, which means there's no sunlight. And I wake up at 6:36 to go to work, so no really good sunlight. And I don't really want to be shooting makeup products when I'm just like work, 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 when I'm focusing on what I'm going to do on the day. So the weekend is the only time I can shoot. But if you have plans on the weekend, like you're off to see if you're off to see friends, or you're going to see a show, or you're just going out for a day out or something like that, then your makeup, like to shoot your makeup, can be something that kind of gets pushed to the wayside. Then you forget. Then it's Monday when you remember and you're like, oh man, I forgot to shoot that makeup product. Well, I can't test it and I can't use it because I still need to shoot it. So then you just leave it and you leave it. And then the makeup product's been out for like months now and nobody cares about seeing a review. That whole process completely demotivated me from wanting to do more beauty reviews. And I know what you guys are saying. You can just shoot the product used, like it's fine. I get that, I could. I think it just bothered me to, because it like, I always felt the need to like clean up the makeup. Like for example here, like you can see it's not like, it's pretty clean, but there's still like powder here, loose bits and powder. I felt the need to like clean all that before I took a photo. That's probably just me, because I'm just weird like that. But that was something that I always experienced and it was just getting too much. So then I just stopped doing it altogether because I didn't enjoy it as much anymore. However, that is not a problem here. I feel like there is more credibility on YouTube if you have a product that looks obviously used so you can talk about it. That means that the second I get a product, I can actually use it now. And then I can just talk about it when I feel like I'm ready to talk about it. So I think I'm going to really enjoy doing reviews on YouTube a lot more. I feel like that just suits my style better. And then for fashion, I'd love to do fashion videos on YouTube. I just haven't really thought about how to do them or what sort of fashion videos I want to do. But I definitely think that's something I'd like to do at some point. But I feel like fashion on the blog is so much easier because I just have to go out with the clothes I would normally wear. Just find a nice area with some good lighting and take a few photos and that's it. More fashion on the blog, more beauty on the YouTube channel. Although I will try and do a little bit of fashion on this channel just because I feel like it still needs to reflect the blog to some degree. And then I'll still do beauty on the blog, but I don't think I'll be like focusing just on specific item reviews. It might just be more, these are the things I'm using right now. This is what I think. I don't know. That's kind of what I think in my head. I'm kind of thinking out loud. Don't know if that's going to end that way. Alright, I think my eyeshadow is pretty much done. So the highlighter I want to use is this one by Dose of Colors. I think this is a purely online brand. I don't think I've actually seen this in store anywhere. I had to order it online. And I actually really love Dose of Colors. I really love Dose of Colors as a brand. I wish they had more things. Like right now, they have lipsticks, like liquid lipsticks. They have some eyeshadows. Oh my gosh, the eyeshadows are so good, so pigmented. And then they have some highlighters and that's it. And I kind of wish they had more things, but I think they're still quite a new company and they're still working their way, figuring it out. So that's totally fine. I'm just impatient, that's all. You can kind of see it. I feel like the highlight is not very strong, which is surprising because I feel like their eyeshadows are amazing. They are like the most pigmented thing ever. Well, not the most, but very pigmented. Their matte lipsticks are amazing. The highlighter, it's there. You can kind of see the glow. I'm going to do some eyeliner and I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Gel Stay Onyx Pot. It's the same one I've been using for like ages now, but gel liners last so long. Like, this is the reason I can't buy multiples. I was stupid and bought quite a few at one point and I've thrown away most of them because they went bad. Because gel liners just last so long. So you can't really buy tons and just keep them for a while. It's not going to work. They'll dry up. No, every time I look on the viewfinder, I feel like my eyeliner is like super thin. But then when I look in person, like I look straight ahead, it feels pretty thick. So I'm just gonna go with what I can see straight on because I don't usually look at people like this. There we go, and I'm gonna put some mascara on, but probably don't need too much because I'm actually gonna be putting false lashes on after this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the mascara I'm using is Dior in Dior Show a New Look. I actually really like this mascara. I don't think it's as volumizing as some of the other mascaras that I'm a big fan of, but it's definitely up there as a mascara I like. Don't know if I would buy it again. The main thing I like about it is the wand, because I feel like the wand is like pretty small, so it can like really work its way into all those like nooks and crannies. But I don't find the formula to be astounding or anything. I don't find it to be as amazing as say like the Hypnose from Lancome, so kind of in two boats about it. Okay, I'm gonna put on some false lashes and I'm gonna do my brows, and then I probably won't film this part and I'll be right back. Cool, my lashes are done, eyebrows are kind of done. I don't really do a lot for my eyebrows because I think naturally they're quite dark, so I don't feel like I need to color them in too much. It's more just filling out a few sparse patches. I'm gonna do the last bit, which is lips. I have this lip liner from MAC. I was actually wondering whether I needed a lip liner. I wasn't sure if I was gonna need one, but I think I'll just... So I don't know if it makes a difference at all. Oh yeah, a little bit. It's giving a little bit of dimension, but I mean, ultimately, it's gonna come down to this. So I've been obsessed with matte liquid lipsticks. I mean, I feel like it's been a trend for the last couple years, but I've really been getting into it because I feel like it's so much more functional than normal lipsticks. I think Dulce of Colors has my favorite, like this is in Stone, and I feel like they may make my favorite liquid lipsticks. Jeffree Star used to be right up there, as well as with Anastasia, but I think Dulce of Colors is like my new favorite. Okay, I can't talk when I put my liquid lipstick on because it dries and it's really hard to remove it later on. You want to make sure you get it right. You don't want it to be like a little bit half-assed and then it's kind of wonky for the whole day. So this is my entire look I think I'm going to go with. I feel like it's like an enhanced version of me, like glamour, and I think it's just like the go-to look I would usually go for when I'm going out. I'm probably going to fix up my hair, make it a little bit more sleek. I might change my nail polish. I'll see how I feel. Definitely pick a nice dress to wear. And yeah, I'm gonna go to dinner, so let's go. And we're gonna head back. That's pretty much the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from Sofitel.
We'll see you later.